That's right, it is live. Again, in fairness, it lives again. But, yes, it went wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong, so I restarted it, and now hopefully it might be somewhat stable. Always difficult to tell with this blasted thing. Anyway, let's do that. Let's double check my speakers just in case. Cool. And now let's play the game. We'll get rid of that window, try and make sure it's doing as little as is humanly possible for a machine to be doing, so that it can hopefully cope with what is being asked of it. Which it never can, but we carry on anyway. It should hopefully appear on the screen in the not too distant future. And welcome, Mr. Blue Boosh. How are you this evening? Are you up to anything interesting? Are you doing things? Or are you doing none of the things? Square Enix. EA Enix. It's in the RPG. Blue Goosh is turning the loading screen pages. Yes, that is true. He very much does. Mr. Blue Goosh. Right, I can skip this cutscene. I don't know why I wasn't. I was just sort of staring at the machine going, yes. Are you doing what I want you to do? And technically it was playing the game, but I don't know, it's interesting. He's not necessarily turning the pages as such, is he? He's more having to leap out of the way of the turning pages. They don't necessarily suggest how the pages are turning, just that they are, and the little slime fella has to get out of the way. So the contest theme is Christmas, or the Christmas theme is contests. One of the two. A Little Island Paradise, or Palace. I read, again, much like the other day, I read the first two letters, I made an assumption. I think that was on a comedy programme. I think it was a sort of, it was one of the panel show type ones, but it was nonetheless, someone else did that. Read the first two letters, assumed the word, and got it completely wrong. But there you go. Oh, that's a pretty one. I don't think we've seen that one. Demon, Lord and Witch stepped into a skull dance floor and gave each other a lovely time. It's quite nice. Big clock there. I don't recognise that clock, so I don't know whether that's a specialist item or not, but still. Trick or treat. We've seen Trick or treat. Oh, look at this thing. Christ. Oh, we have actually seen this one, Lock Manor, because I remember the name, but I don't remember the vehicle. Must have bypassed the vehicle entirely when I was looking at it last time, which in fairness is of little surprise, considering my track record, but still. Monsters live here! Do they really? Or is that just an excuse to get it in on the Halloween contest? Haunted painting. Oh, we've definitely seen that one, because she's more surprised by the cat flashing its bits at her. Trick or treat! And, right, we're going to do a 5 count, because we're all in the Halloween ones that we've seen before. Stone on Stone. It's nice. Very nice, in fairness. Love the balloon at the background. I think we have seen that one before, though. That's just the sort of desert citadel. Again, beautiful. Makes me think of Agrabah. I think it's the sort of the sandstone and deserty vibes. It just sort of has that Agrabah feel to it. The Mansion Museum. Now, see, that's the sort of one you'd want to go inside of. Oh, Spa Night. It's time for Spa Night. Everybody's half naked in the spa. But in fairness, you kinda have to. You have to be half naked in the spa. In fact, it's the protagonists. They are, in fact, the odd ones out 'cause they're wearing clothes. Although I think there's a couple of other people lurking in the back with clothes on as well. It's only the guys at the front here that have done it properly and actually stripped off a bit. And the monsters, in fairness, don't wear clothes in the first place. So I do quite like the way they've managed to combine the chandeliers and slimes, because they do actually look a little bit like they belong together as a unit, and they obviously don't. But the slime just has that, just has enough point to make it look like it is actually attached to the ceiling, which is beneficial. I have a bonus. Oh, my first big aquarium. Again, that's the sort of one you'd really want to walk around. We'll have one more bonus and then we'll get on with it. And there's the big starey one. I remember that one. It's quite the intense mindfuck of a sort of palacey thing. Right, let's get in. Let's get in here and deal with the king. How you play? Oh, well done, king. I'm going to have to block that up, aren't I? Otherwise, Mr. Kingy is forever going to, you know, be cheeky. Also, I thought the snow was supposed to have gone. I am 99% certain the snow is no longer supposed to be able to access anywhere owing to Erdrick's flame. But apparently it just sort of doused the snow a little bit and then, you know, now it's gone again. And yes, we all know you're going to say roofs. And I'm going to say never. Because we don't do roofs. However, we do eat a nice healthy dose of potato. Okay. Well done, Veldin. Your creation has inspired my people. The battle to oust Harwin's hordes from this fair isle begins here. However, it seems there is something missing from the beacon of Erdrick. It shall not be complete until it bears the mark of Moonbrook. Alas, this precious heirloom, the secret symbol of my legendary line, was stolen by the many monsters many moons ago. The force that the troll was leading was nothing more than a vanguard. Many more fiendish foes stand between us and victory. One day, when we have laid their Major General low and fixed the mark to the beacon, true peace shall return to this land at last. Until that day comes, let us wage war against the monsters with all our might and reclaim what is rightfully ours for Moonbrook. I will give it a go, sir. I'll give it a go. Well, now that that's decided, I think we've earned a good long rest to bed. The war begins in earnest on the morrow. Or for those too excited to sleep, I shall be holding a lecture on the complete genealogy of Moonbrook's nobility and peerage. Any takers? No, okay. I mean, in fairness, most people who can't sleep would be takers of that, because that sounds like it would send you off to dreamland in almost a second. Oh, what was that big loud noise? So you have rebuilt Erdrick's beacon. An impressive feat indeed. Thank you, Father. And a foolish one. After all, this world is but an illusion. It matters not whether you humans win or lose. All will be destroyed. But should you do as we say, you could yet be saved from this fate, saved from the destruction of Doomsday. Well, what say you? 'Tis an offer few would refuse. Yes, Father. Your wish is my command, Father. Very good. Then go. My child, spread fear and loathing throughout the human ranks. Let the builder's creations come crumbling down. I think there's a traitor in the midst, the traitor in the midst, the traitor in our midst. Imagine being forced to fight forever in a war you're not allowed to win. No wonder this island was off limits to anyone sensible. Meanwhile, that idiot Anessa stuck around to keep fighting the losing battle, all because of her so-called convictions. What's that? Coming over the hill, is it a monster? No, we beat them last week. Sounds like perhaps... Now see, I was just about to comment on the fact that if this was a voiced game, you wouldn't get away with that mystery character as much. There might be some, you could obfuscate the voice a little bit and sort of have them do it slightly different. But I think with a keen enough ear, you would just recognise the voice and go, oh, so the one who's betraying us is that character. Cool, I know this already. Whereas, of course, with text, you can't tell. What's that? If she wasn't convinced it was the right thing to do, she would have given up long ago. Why you gotta always take everyone else's side? I thought we were friends. Well, whatever. I can't get my head around it personally, but if you say you understand what she's talking about, I believe you. All I know is I'm up for this fight. There's a fire burning inside me, something more powerful than ever before. I could really feel it in that last battle. Hey, Velden, do you remember what I said when me and Lulu had our little dinner party? If I ever go off the rails, I want you to give me a proper pummeling and snap me out of it. I believe in you, Velden. Don't let me down.
Foreshadowing, 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 foreshadowing.
Oh, how good it is to see such fine young friends enjoying each other's company. You two have something about you, something quite different from my other subjects. I have blue hair, and actually, no, someone else has blue hair. So, no, he's got pointy ears, that's about it. When you rang the builder's bell, my mind was filled with wisdom, knowledge, memories. Some good, some bad. I suspect that your time on this island may reveal to you the dark secret at the heart of this world. A secret I dare not reveal to my loyalist subjects. Hang on, there's some deep, dark secret here, but you won't tell us anything about it. What do you think you're playing at, you big, bearded, brainless buffoon? Bearded? Bearded? I'm the King of Moonbrook. I don't think that's the key word that you should be insulted by, but fair dues, Kingy. Well, dude, fair dues, Kingy. Sorry, I was trying to do a Geordie accent because Kingy, he tends to be called Kingy if you watch the Hairy Bikers, and they tend to say dude, but there you go. Psst, it's actually a lady. What, the king? You're suggesting the king's a lady? I mean, it might be a bearded lady. You never know. How dare you speak to me like that? Huh? Hey, Velden, do you hear that? Sounds like someone's in trouble. Over there. Through the wall and far away. Hey, look. It's just a random dude. Help me. Come on, Velden, let's go. Fuck you, King! I'm out. I'm Audi 5000. Bye! What in the... By Jove bloody hell, what the hell is this? As I live and breathe, that's a soldier from Moonahan. Oh, the monsters attacked. Moonahan has fallen. They are coming. That's what all this white stuff is. Oh, you disgusting human being. They're too strong. You must find a way to stow. To stow? Stow what? Stow away? Stow muck? What is the meaning of this? By George, someone threw a fireball.
Watch when you're shooting that thing. You could have kaboomed my tail off. I said you should let me handle it for a while, or it's my turn now. Eek, eek. Hello, humans. The Hair Force are here.
Hello I remember. Hello there. I don't need to be here anymore, do I? Oh, goodbye. Hello, Mr. Chester Phoenix. Welcome. You're just in time for yet another ridiculous name in the world of Dragon Quest. Do you want to know why they're called the Hair Force? Because I think they're all hairy, and I think they do all fly. So it's a double wordy weirdness.
We're going to make mincemeat out of you. Eek.
There you go. That one certainly flies. And to a certain extent, it's got a limited amount of hair. Squawk. I suppose,
Jafar!
Can't do an impression of, Gilbert Gottfried, I think, is the actor who plays Iago. I might be wrong, I might be getting two people confused, but never mind.
You really must put up more of a fight than the men of Moonahan. My Air Force could have knocked them all down with a feather, and we did.
It's still better than Goldilocks and the Three Bars. Nothing can be better than Goldie Rocks and the Free Bars. I genuinely love that joke. As ridiculous as that joke is, I legitimately laugh at it every time, and I was looking forward to it when we got to it. That's how much I love that joke. It's so stupid.
Squawk!
What's the joke? Because in the desert area, Sandy Shores, I think it was, wasn't it? We had a friend called Goldie Rocks, and we built 3 bars. And it's Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Goldie Rocks and the 3 bars. It was very funny. It's very silly.
Don't let that silly monkey finish you all off. We expect to get our fair share of fun out of you too. Squawk, squawk, squawk.
Wait. I need more voices. I suppose I need 1,001 voices. This is why I need a cast of voice actors. This is the problem. Fat Dragon. So arguably it could just be my own voice, but that's besides the point.
Wait. Leave some alive for my scare force, won't you? What good is killing them if we can't scare them out of their skins first? Let's finish off Moonahan and then come back to said Moonbrook ablaze. We're coming to you, few builder. Prepare to face the wrath of Hargon's heroes. It's like Rodney from Only Fools and Horses. Good lord, I can't remember how he speaks. So technically I could try and do it from any of the things that Nicholas Lyndhurst has been in, but I'd stand a better chance of doing Del Boy, I suppose, with Rodney, you plonker. But then that's not quite it either. Who were those guys? What the heck is going on?
Oh, Hargon's heroes! I've heard rumours of this unholy trinity, but I never thought they would move against us so soon.
Move against us? They've moved away already. Should have finished us off when they had the chance.
Oh, the only reason Moonbrook still stands is to quench the fiend's thirst for destruction. Those good-for-nothing brutes mean to toy with us.
I told you, did I not? No act better embodies Hargon's teachings than war. The monsters would not fight to win any more than they would lie down and accept defeat. Oh, shut up, will you? If they're not going to attack us, then I'm bloody well going to. You can do a pretty good Boise impression. Again, I'm not familiar enough with Only Fools to really know him that much. Oh, mighty Malroth, master of destruction. This is the voice of the Mysterons. You know what you must do. The time for creation is past. Captain Malroth, you must destroy Spectrum. Now is the time for destruction. Even your builder friend knows this to be true. Destroy Spectrum. Eliminate Captain Scarlet. And remove Colonel White. Theoden. But he... Do not hold back, O Great One. Drink of my power and open your eyes. What was the deal with Joe 90? I mean, it depends on what you mean by what was the deal with Joe 90. I know the fundamental story beats, or the fundamental concept behind the story beats. I can't remember any of the actual episodes, but the fundamental story was they built a machine that could somehow give him the knowledge needed to do specific tasks. So if he needed to be a fighter pilot, they could go... and he would have the knowledge of a fighter pilot, and then he could go fighting a pilot. Just punch him up in the mess bar. Yeah, that was the general gist. They built a machine that can infuse. Now, precisely why it had to be a small boy, I can't remember. I imagine there was some loose justification that the mind of a small child is more malleable, perhaps. That I'm making up. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds like the sort of pseudoscience bullshit that they would perhaps utilise in something like that to be able to justify the notion of, hey, it's a small child. But it was mostly a small child, I suspect, to appeal to small children, perhaps. But what is a Joe 90? Is that just a joke or a genuine question that you've never heard of Joe 90? Joe 90. You've never heard of Joe 90?
Oh, beat the devil out of him! Lord have mercy on his soul, for he cannot rise to the heavens if he has not heard of Joe 90.
It's another Jerry Anderson. Very much in the line of Captain Scarlet, hence why it came up, and Thunderbirds. But he was, yes, essentially he was a small boy with a briefcase. I can't remember. The briefcase was gadget-based, wasn't it? The briefcase had a gadgetry inside of it. And you can tell just from the audio soundtrack, even the shit version I've just done, that it's definitely, I think it was 60s, which is why it's got that. That sort of twanging guitar was very popular in the 60s, hence why it appeared in most of the Jerry Anderson stuff. Plus, I suppose, arguably, it was probably the same composer doing all of the Jerry Anderson music, because that's usually how it goes. I can't, for the life of me, I couldn't tell you who it was. I fear. I don't know that composer off the top of my head, but still. But yeah, essentially, as I say, the storyline of Joe 90 is he was a small boy. They built a machine that could teach him literally anything in the world, and they were given missions where, amazingly, he had to sort of learn something quickly with the machine and then succeed at doing things. The only one of those shows I've seen is Thunderbirds.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing it. Captain Scarlet.
And, of course, the other one, of course, was Stingray, 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 Stingray. It dives under the sea. That's the bit you don't often hear, because that's the rest of the theme song. Not the bits. It dives under the Fire Rocket 9000. I don't recognise that one. You've got the edge on me on that one. I know Fireball XL5, which I can only assume is, at the very least, loosely based on Fire Rocket 9000, because I'm fairly certain Fireball XL5 was some kind of rocket, and you've got to assume Fire Rocket. Oh, that's the one, Fireball XL5, yeah. Yes, no, I know of Fireball XL5. Didn't really watch much Fireball XL5. I did watch UFO as well, although that's not strictly speaking puppets. And by not strictly speaking puppets, I mean it's not puppets. It's actual human beings. Thunderhawks and the Balls. I don't recognise that one. But yeah, UFO was quite good. That used the same sort of models, but it was very much not a sort of... I forgot to change that one. Oh well. The only things I know about Captain Scarlet is that he's indestructible, and there's a character called Captain Black that looks similar to my football team's manager. I don't know why that caught me so much, but just weird. You don't recognise Thunderhawks? Not. Is that still... Are we still in Jerry Anderson territory? Let's have a look and see if I can find Thunderhawks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks suitably. Yeah, no, it is Jerry Anderson. Fair enough. And no. Oh, interesting. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. The Google search that I've just done. Oops. Terrorhawks. There we go. And no, that one, interestingly enough, I do not recognise. I may have been loosely aware of it many, many years ago, but it's not had the impact that the other ones had on me. But still. Malroth, what the devil's got into you? I think he's not heard of Joe 90. That's the devil that's got into him. The balls were voiced by the sergeant guy from the Carry On movies. It's intriguing.
Hello there.
Hello there. Fuck me. Hello, fuck. General fuck me. And a second twin.
Hello there.
Oh no, don't fuck me. No. Hello there. Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. But welcome, Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. If you insist. Cartoons. I don't know if I classify them as cartoons. Unless you're just bringing cartoons in general terms. But strictly speaking, of course, they are live action. But they're also puppets, so you could argue not so live. But certainly I wouldn't classify them as cartoons. They're all still very good. But the sergeant guy from the Carry On movies, I'm curious if you mean what's his name? Lovely boy. I should try and I should have done his voice for one of these characters. I can't think of the actor's name. Plus, I don't know if this is who you are actually meaning. Oh yes, him. So lovely boy was enough to get it there. Because one of my favourite scenes in a Carry On film is when, or one of the ones that sticks in my brain at least, when they're in the Carry On camping, I think it's Carry On camping, and they're in the caravan and they've got two women with them, and I think she sits on a fishing fly and says, "Ooh," and he goes, "Yeah, that's my Wickham's fancy." And she goes, "Well, it was sticking in me." And then you get the line, "You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill." And I don't think it was as good that time, but I did work on that impression for ages and ages, trying to perfect it. It did actually get reasonably good. "You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill." But there you go. I know of Terrorhawks, but not from when it was new. No, and in fairness, when it was new, I wasn't born. But in fairness, I don't think I was born when Thunderbirds, UFO, Joe 90, Fireball XL5, Captain Scarlet, I don't think any of them were around when they were all before I was born, potentially. Or unless they were late 80s, 90s. But I feel like, as I say, I don't know. For some reason, I've got in my mind that they were 60s, which I think is a little bit too early. Unless, of course, Terrorhawks was the latest of the bunch, in which case some of the earlier ones might have been 60s, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, Malroth, what the devil's got into you? Are you all right? Also, welcome, Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint. I don't know if I specifically said that. And also, technically, welcome Chester Phoenix as well. I don't know if I'm not sure 100% if I actually welcomed you officially, but hopefully you now both feel suitably welcomed. And do feel free to answer the usual questions, the usual suspects. How are you doings and what are you doings? And, of course, Blue Boosh, you are welcome to update us on your doings. I'm fine. We should be more worried about this Moonahan place. Tell me where it is. City lies in the northeast, but, I don't know how to get there. Alright, you stay here. Veldin, I'm going to go teach those monsters a lesson. Your doings might continue with Toad. Yes, of course. I did see the beginnings of Toad. And I've got to say, I don't like that outfit. I love the stance. I love the sort of stance he's in, but I just don't like that classic outfit. it's just on that verge of slightly too stupid in my eyes. I don't know. So Malroth, wait for us. We're coming with you. No, come back, you fools. Dash it all, that ballyfool is going to get them all killed.
What's happening here? What's all this shouting?
Don't throw Toad in the trash. Just because I don't like his outfit doesn't mean you can't paint him exceedingly well. But Magneto's going to look good. I'd be slightly tempted to try and do him if I had him. I don't even own the fucking fella, but I'd be tempted to try and do him in his sort of X-Men Days of Future Past type. Not specifically that film, the later films when he's a bit more Magneto. But I think it's a slightly darker maroon he has in the films. Probably because it's a bit more sort of quote-unquote realistic, I suppose. They don't usually go as bright in the films, but I quite liked the way he looked in the films. If I could try and make him look like the man who played him in the films, and not Sir Ian McKellen Magneto, the younger Magneto, who at some point the name might come into my brain, but it's not at the moment, so we might have to move on and hope someone else knows it. Does anybody else know the man in the film? I cannot remember his name. He is fairly well known, in fairness. This very moment, Malroth and several of our soldiers are... Fassbender! Yes, several of our soldiers are going on a Fassbender, and we just don't know what to do about it. But hopefully, at this point, I'm going to talk to the king, and he's going to explain what a Fassbender is, and therefore we're going to be able to track them down and find them out. But yes, Michael Fassbender, that is the man. You are 100%, sir. You are 100% correct. Michael Fassbender was indeed Magneto, youngish Magneto. Wasn't paying attention for a bit and thought you were talking about Mr. Toad. No, not Mr. Toad. Toad from the X-Men. But I got to admit, I think when they did him in the film, and just sort of, I think he was just in like a leather jacket and stuff, and looked slightly disgusting, but not too bad. That was what I quite liked. Stream broke and I just came back to say Fassbender. Fair enough. You were just in time with your Fassbender then. In fairness, you did say that. What timing? What the devil? Can't you have the Sergeant Major voice? I cannot guarantee I will remember, but I suppose I should try and work his voice in there at some point. But the problem is, it's going to be a case of every time he says anything, it's going to have to be, you ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. And then I'll go into the dialogue, because that's about the only way I can get into the voice. You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. Lovely boy, lovely boy. She too is a ball squeezer, sir. Yeah, the problem is, now, do you know what? Usually I would go, no, it's not. But I'll take it on this occasion. That one line is a reasonable impression. You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. But that is it. That is the only line I can say that actually sounds anywhere near. I was hoping his name might just spring in, but it's not. He was a fairly well-known actor at the time. He did a lot of things. Most of them, him shouting at people, because he was very good at shouting at people. Anyway, but he's no match for Hargon's heroes. Alas, I cannot risk sending reinforcements after him. Our defences are stretched too thinly as it stands. What? You go after him by yourself? Allow me to accompany you, Verlin. You'll come as well, won't you, Warwick? Yes, certainly. By Jove, I would always come with you. Very well. Anessa, Warwick, you shall go with the man, and I skipped the rest of the dialogue, so go find your friend, and go take the people with you. I'll take Jerome back into the castle, and, might have a quickie with someone. Possibly Jerome, I'm not fussy. I'm the king. I can have it off with literally anybody. They have to do my bidding. It's the benefits of being king, don't you know? Don't know what that is. What have I done? I've done something. No, we're okay. I just can't find my stab the bastard button, which is inconvenient because I need to be stabbing bastards right now. I need to stab some bastards. Bastards, they need stabbing. Stabbing bastards in the face. It pleases me, your grace. Oh, only a tiny bit of wood. It was barely worth worrying about getting that piece of wood. We need a bigger piece of wood. There we go, this tree should yield bigger wood. Unfortunately, we're about to get winded by an icy cloud. I see the cloud, and I don't know if I like seeing the cloud about my face. I feel like if we pop a little macaroons, as opposed to pop the old macaroons in your gullet. Now, that's interesting. There is a special questy thing there, so we'll have to try and pop back there at some point. But for now, you can sometimes, because you can sort of... This is just a bird's eye view of the area. You can sometimes sort of see bits and pieces that don't necessarily turn up on the map. But for now, we just want to fight our way. Fight our way through many fucking birds. And in fairness, there was a lot more birds than I was expecting there to be. But we've also lost our friend Malroth, obviously. Which... Windsor Davis! That's the man. That is indeed the man. The man with an awesome plan. His plan is to squeeze the balls, sir. He charges $1 million per squeeze. I don't know why the man with the golden gun has just been lodged in my head. He had nothing to do with the man with the golden gun, I assure you. Well, I say that, he might have had something to do with the man with the golden gun, but it seems unlikely. Oh, I see, you're friendly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I was waving my blade in your face.
If you're looking for Murderham, it's just over the river. See? It's just over the river, see? What's left of it is anyway. What a gorgeous view, see? Do you want to see the sea, see?
Oh, don't start the CC again.
Do you want to see the sea, see? Well, take she to Sicily. That's the sea. The only she to she is the she in Sicily. And if you share with she, all the better.
And tally ho now. I don't necessarily need to kick the shit out of those birds, but it would possibly please me. I don't know. Oh, okay, we're kicking the shit out of birds. They cawed at my general direction, and frankly, if you caw at my general direction, I am going to kick you. I'm going... Whoops, that's the wrong button. Nope, I didn't have the strength in my arms to bring forth the windbreaker. And by didn't have the strength in his arms, I mean I just didn't push the button properly, which is awkward and inconvenient. So I think that's cotton, which is relatively useful. This is a new boy, so we might as well try and kill him. Slice him to pieces. I say that, actually, it's one of the jumping fellas, isn't it? So we've technically seen the enemy before, but not on this area. Plus, I think it's a slight different variant. Oh, Christ, okay. We may be lodged in infinite battle, because sometimes the enemies decide they're going to be obnoxious dickheads and just continually spawn. And then they make your life slightly more miserable than it needs to be. We'll gather some more of these magic crystals, because I think they come in quite handy for building shit. We might want some more of those beam walls that we've got our hands on previously. Plus, I'm basically, a lot of the time, you just sort of want to future-proof your inventory. If you go around gathering as many bits and bobs as you can, you are going to not have to go and gather the bits and pieces at a later date. And that is slightly more convenient. Which is why I'm gonna wander around here and gather all of these supplies. Just random trash. You never know when random trash is going to be needed. My agility decreases. Pricks. Because I told you, he's an icy, windy boy. I see wind in your future. Do-do-do-do-do. I'm just slicing through the snow. Not really good for a sword. Slicing through the ice and snow. That's why they do the ice cube thing when they test blades on forged in fire. Ooh, there's a quest of some kind over there. Let's go investigate. Seems as we've seen it now. We might as well check. What does that dude want? Then we'll get him a cake. Slice this dude death again. I say death again. We've only killed him once because you only have to kill him once. I imagine there's meant to be different creatures respawning each time, but I might be wrong. We'll gather a couple of those spear things because I think they're going to come in handy later for different rooms. Or I might be wrong. Plus, if I do need them, I can probably then build them, so we might as well just leave it at that. Something stinks. Yes, I'm going to believe it's this slime and therefore kill it. Are you sort of friendly?
There's a beautiful stinking swamp through here. It's a great place to rest, relax and enjoy the fetid aroma.
Cool. I think you do actually have to go to the swamp eventually, but for now I'm not going to bother because it is in the opposite direction of where I need to go. And that is a crucial thing if you wish to progress. Sometimes you have to do what you're told and go to locations that are around the area. Nice. Ah, I didn't get that banner. It's a shame because I quite like that banner. It was quite a nice banner. Not a Bruce banner, but quite a nice one nonetheless. Oh, hello. I got a special thing. And you may be asking yourself, what is a special thing? Well, I apparently got a subscription to someone, which is a little unexpected. And I wasn't expecting Twitch to show it to me right now. But it showed me, and it caught my eye. I was caught by the Ides of March, and that is an ominous day. I've got a feeling it's the 15th of March, but I might be wrong. The Ides of March is when I think Caesar was predicted to die, or possibly when he did die. Well, I suppose if he was predicted to die on the 15th and he did die on the 15th, very well done, Mr. Predictor Boy, but I suspect he probably died on the 15th and then they backtracked and said, yes, it was predicted. Someone predicted it. But I think the tale goes he was predicted to go on the Ides of March, but I think I'm getting that knowledge from Carry On Cleo, which I don't necessarily think is the most reliable source of historical knowledge. Although I do remember years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago, when we had sort of history class on the last, I can't remember if we did, I know, because I think this was the problem with this whole, everybody doing the whole sort of, hey look, it's the last day, why don't we just have a little bit of fun and watch something? And the problem, of course, was the lectures were only an hour long, and everybody was suggesting things that were way longer than an hour because it was all films and stuff. So I was like, moron. I would have recommended two precisely half-hour programs, but you know, that's just me. I suppose I'm overly organised and intensely thorough in my calculations. But nonetheless, the key point is we watched a part of Carry On Cleo as our sort of end-of-year thing in history class. And I think it was in no small part owing to me, because I think I might have been the one who brought it in. But there you go. I'm assuming the teacher agreed. I don't think I just bullied the teacher into doing it. I didn't just go up to him and go, "You're doing it, or I'm going to tell everybody you touched me." I wasn't that sort of child. And by that I mean liar. Actually, that's not true. I was distinctly a liar, but still. Do you usually secrete carry-on movies upon your person for such scenarios? No, I think I bought it in special. I feel that would be beneficial, though. And in fairness, nowadays, granted, I've got them on DVD, so I wouldn't necessarily want to repurchase them to have them as a digital format. But with a digital format, I could now secrete carry-on movies about my person, because I could just upload them onto my phone or something. Right. Well, I mean, it's technically a woman. It's an old woman. And you did request it. So... I don't think I can do it because I'm laughing and smiling too much. It's unfortunate. The mouth position does not do it. Anyway. You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. Well, hello there. What's a young lad like you doing all the way out here? A little too northern there, I think. Enjoying a bit of brutal bloody combat, I take it. Well, war anyway. War away. I spend my days collecting arms and armour from fallen soldiers. So the more war, the merrier, if you ask me. You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. I'm always eager for more swords. Tell you what, if you bring me 5 copper swords, I'll give you 9 doses of defuddle drops in return. I think I actually have 5 copper swords, don't I? Hello again, young man. Those 5 copper swords I see there. If you're willing to part with them, I can offer you 9 doses of defuddle drops in return. I can give you the swords. Lovely. Lovely boy. Lovely, lovely. Here you are. Defuddle drops then, as promised. And yes, defuddle drops. Right. That's my copper sword quota sorted. I might still be interested in trading, mind you, if you had any better weapons on hand. I've completed the quest, I have. Hello again, young man. How goes the war? I'm still on the lookout for a second-hand sword. Sticking in the dirt for dead man's belongings might not sound like fun, but it keeps me out of trouble. If you happen to have 5 iron broadswords you'd be willing to part with, I'll pay you handsomely for them. 10 of the purest nuggets of gold. I don't have 10 broadswords, because I think... I can't remember if no, it's steel broadswords are my top-notch dog thing. I don't know what a top-notch dog is, but I'm assuming it's a dog that sits at the top notch. Desecrate a grave! That's the secret of winning at basically life. If you desecrate a grave, it's you going, I'm better than you, because you're dead, and I'm alive, which makes you a winner at life. I'm glad I could oblige with a slightly suspect impression of Windsor Davis. Do. It's one of those ones where a couple of the words genuinely did go quite well, but outside of a couple of keywords, and of course the sentence, you ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill, it's not, it just didn't quite catch him every single time, but still. Let's keep going. I only desiccated with a hairdryer. Pardon? I don't know what I said to prompt that, and I don't know what you could mean. Oh, I desecrated a grate. Okay, right. Fair enough. Well, I don't think there's anything specific here. No, oh, desiccated. You're desiccating. Oh, no, I'm using my hammer. What the fuck am I doing using a hammer against skeletons? That's not what you do with a hammer. You hammer tiles with a skeleton. No, you hammer tiles, you kill a skeleton with a sword. And there's an awfully large volume of bloody skeletons here. And I'm having to go through every single one. Also, I was going to, in a moment, I keep getting distracted. It sounded like a hilarious pun. Ah, fair enough. I've desiccated the grave. And therefore, I can now sprinkle that on top of a cake of some kind. Or you can desiccate with a hairdryer, apparently. I don't know. I don't know why you would. I'm assuming maybe it's a slightly different... Or I don't understand the process of desiccation, in fairness. Is it dried out first? I don't know. Defuddle drops. Pale little pills of mind-blowing bitterness. Cures the effects of confusion. Having had all moisture removed, dried out. Oh, okay. Yeah. I suppose I was... My key thinking was like desiccated coconut. And so I'm just thinking of sort of little bits. I'm thinking of the end result. I'm not necessarily thinking of the process. So yeah, I've learnt something new. That if I take a hair, dry it to a grave, I can desiccate it. And that way I can sprinkle it in my cakes. Or wrap a bit of chocolate right around it. It's so good. Ah, there we go. We've got a little fast travel orb. Nice. Here we go, go. We got a Navi globe. I can now warp to Moonahan. And I will probably take that opportunity to do so at some point in the not too distant future. But right now we shall have just a general butcher's around the local area. Don't know if there is a butcher's in the local area. Interesting. Oh, that's a quest, yeah. Hand over iron broadswords, which, as I say, I can probably do. Just not right this very second, I suppose. I know exactly where I need to go. I'm just having a scout round the local area. It's probably not hugely worth it, but then again, I found a fucking swing. Whee! Woo! Whee! Woo! Wee! 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 There we go. I was intending to have thrown myself off of that a little bit earlier, but I couldn't find the button. I'm hoping nobody noticed. Mum, do you know any remote butchers? I do. I bet there is nowadays. I bet there's a remote butcher somewhere on the line. Just pops around in a van. A group of monsters appears. Okay, well, I suppose we're dealing with this situation now. It's not exactly the situation I planned on dealing with, but fuck it, I suppose. Let's eat my stir fry. That gives me A, the hunger boost I need, and B, it gets me an attack boost, I believe. Yeah, it's raised my attack strength, so that's at least something we need to. But yeah, I must admit, we don't tend to go to the butchers all that often, but there was one my father sometimes frequents every now and again when he thinks of it. I think there's one, not necessarily local, but you know, it's not exactly a lengthy drive. But yeah, they did a very nice boar sausage. And the reason why it was quite good was boar is basically just a more intense pig. Not necessarily in creature form. Although, having said that, I guess technically speaking, it kind of is. There is a slight truth to the idea that a boar is a more intense pig. But nonetheless, the crucial detail is they have a more intense sort of porky flavour. It's a swing, wee woo. Yes, we know it is. Very good. But yeah, boar sausages, they're very nice because they are a more intense porky flavour. So if you want like a super pork sausage, then boar sausages are the sausage for you. And if I talk about boar sausages anymore, I will be a bore with my sausage. Because I'm talking about sausages too much. It's a bore. I mean, if you let a pig out into the wild, it would literally just turn into a boar. Is that true? Is that 100% true? I mean, I understand that a wild pig is sort of a boar. But I don't know if there's a more complex classification. But as I say, I don't know, so I'm willing to take your word for it. Whoops, well, that's slightly better. Proving an awkward passage. Let's try up this way. No, okay. My hammer is slightly too strong for the situation I'm in, which is unfortunate. But there you go. It's an unfortunate. But there you go. Okay, so I think what I'm supposed to do here, I cannot guarantee this, but I'm I believe in a thing called love. Yeah, it's really strange, but also kind of cool. Ah, I did not know that. Wow, how fascinating. We learn new things again. Do, do, do. Not that I'll probably remember the new thing, but, you know, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that I've learnt something that's quite pleasant. Ding, 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 ding. Just clearing out an icy waterfall. Oh, are you really? I see what you're doing, and I don't know if I agree. Oh, cock. Big fat cock and balls. I think I'm gonna have to go and start again. But we'll try and do the area here, because you never know, this might be enough. Of course, it might not be enough. Of course, this might not be the correct idea at all, in which case it's not a solution. But we're having a go. Sometimes... Oh, can I actually... No, I don't think you can Minecraft this one. So... Oh, no. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'd like to... No, okay. I think I'm going to just have to go up and round again. And try to clear out more icicles, baby. Try to clear out more icicles, indeed. I'm guessing sort of this one... Ah, you bastard. Well, I've cleared out a bit more than icicles now, but never mind. But never... Oh, hey! Good enough. Rarely is. But on this occasion, it'll fucking do. Solves the puzzle. He solved the puzzle for a mini medal. And then he's gonna give them to the dirty old man. And then the dirty old man is gonna whip out his tool. He's gonna whip out his tool and he's gonna give it to ya. And you're gonna think, I don't think I wanted this after all. 'Cause I've got a dirty old man's tool. And if I have a dirty old man's tool, then I think it's a sad day. Although probably not for the dirty old man, 'cause the dirty old man is pleased. He's got someone's tool in his hand, or he's got his tool in someone else's hands, and it pleases him greatly. Do, 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 do. Right, I don't think I want to go down there yet, but I think that is a special thing. That's a special thing for later. Oh, it's a later thing. A later thing for me and for you. A later thing when we're having a poo. It's a later thing. Well, that's not the plan I was looking for. I need to get back up here. Do, 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 do. You feel the dirty old man song petered off at the end. At the end, I see. Well, I'm quite impressed then, because I think it petered off at the beginning. Do, 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 do. Hey, Mr. Dragon. As tempting as it is to try and... Oh, okay, well, we're fighting a dragon. I was about to say, as tempting as it is to fight a dragon, I might regret the decision. And I may still regret the decision, because he's doing quite nasty things and I'm doing very little damage. Nah, all right. I think what we need to do... Ow. Could you not be a bellend all your life? Just, you know, take a day off. Once every weekend, take one Saturday off from being a dickhead. Yeah? And if you can muster that, then I think you can truly be happy. But if you can't do that, then you're probably going to be sad for the remainder of your days. But, you know, it's just the way life goes, isn't it, really? I'll grab a couple more of these crystal things. I don't really need to face off against every single enemy. Really, what I want to do now is work my way back round to Malroth, because if I'm going to face that dragon, I definitely need Malroth's power on my side, mixed with the whole I need the co-op de grace, really, I think, essentially. Co-op de grace. Do. So we shall work our way round here through the forests. Are you friendly? Yes. Without a fur coat, you're finished. If you're just heading for the freezing fortress, just to today take this path down the bridge and turn right after you cross the bridge. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I need to care about what you said. All I need to give a shit about is finding Malroth. I know, he was right there. I was looking around again. I was idling around elsewhere, but yeah. Look at all the people. They're only sleeping, right? They're only... There's no response. It's just a corpse. There's no response. It's just a corpse. There's no response. It's just a corpse. Malroth, you led people to their death. Felden, what are you doing here? I told you to wait back at the castle. Death. They're all they're dead, Malroth. They're all dead. Everybody's dead, Malroth. Everybody is dead, Malroth. Yeah, Those soldiers came over there on free will. They came to fight, and they died fighting. If only their efforts were not so feeble, perhaps they would have survived. It was their pathetic weakness that doomed them. Everyone is a dead Malroth, yes. Which would be clever if they did. It'd be very useful if I could have more Malroths, but it would probably be quite bad. Why, you hateful, cowardly, how dare you speak of the dead that way? Ah, this is no time for recriminations, Anessa. The enemy approaches. Whoa. Flickety-flashety-voo. Flickety-flashety-floo. Oh, dear. Well, at least I've still got the strength bonus from my soldier's stew from a few moments ago. Don't know precisely how long that's going to last, but hopefully until the end of this battle, and then it will destroy. Ooh, I'm going to destroy you in such a beautiful fashion. Oh, I've fallen asleep. Get up, you prick. There you go. Good. See, if you ever need to wake someone up, always remember the phrase, get up, you prick. It tends to work. Don't expect them to be happy about getting up, but you know, it nonetheless works, technically speaking. I'm not entirely sure. There's a lot of dudes here. Really could do with the old coup de grace, but I don't think Malroth is officially part of the party at the moment, so I don't necessarily think the coup de grace is going to show up. Which is a bit awkward. Oh, no, there's the coup de grace. Marvellous. Fuck them up, then. Hiya! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, we are still taking a fucking beating, so I need to nom 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 on the herby goodness. Nom on the herby goodness. And I don't mean that beetle car. Nom on the herby goodness. And now I'm going to collect all the things that I didn't earn, which is essentially all of the floor pieces. Now I'm going to do that. Oh, also I've run out of soldier stew, but I don't really want to replenish my soldier stew because it's about 60 odd in terms of Jesus Christ. It's about 60% Jesus Christ and 40% not Jesus Christ. Will you stop flying at me? Ow, ow, no! I don't want to die. I'm not overly keen on dying at all. Fuck. You failed. I know. You failed, I failed, everybody's failed. It's proving a problematic situation. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, I think we were supposed to lose. Dash it all, we're outnumbered. Ah, for every foe we strike down, 2 more step up to take their place. We're buggered. Blast, there's too many of them. We haven't a chance. Human energy levels depleted. Commence capture procedure. Prepare to execute execution protocol. Hup, 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 hup. I suppose it is a slime, so I'll have to have the slime voice.
Goo? Commander Cogsworth, sir. News from the front, sir. There's an enormous Gooman army on the way. They're going to attack.
That Yeti is adorable. In fairness, a lot of the Dragon Quest monsters are on the verge of being adorable. But then they're also quite freakish as well. Especially, I think... I can't remember its name now. I think it's got a clever slight pun on top of it. But it's basically a living cucumber. I can't quite remember how they sort of do it differently. There's definitely a twist on it, but there is a sort of a living cucumber. Nonetheless, does not compute.
There's no time to explain. You've got to retreat and regloop. I'll finish off these Goomans. They're about to give up the ghost anyway.
Strategy recalculation confirmed. Retreat. Retreat. Oh, the Yeti. You said he was adorable. He wanted to stick around for more bloody praise. Yes. Unfortunately, the Yeti's tongue does clip somewhat.
Phew, that was a clues one. Don't worry, you're safe for now. I'll see you next, slime.
And we don't know who that slime is, but he rescued us all.
Just a graze.
It was a lot more than a graze, my friend. We revealed all of our anatomy. Graze anatomy. It's a program. Very nice.
Malroth, explain yourself.
Well, I think it's a woman. She's a doctor. She's called Grey. So she deals with anatomy, and therefore it's Grey's Anatomy. It's a reasonable title for a possibly decent show. I've never seen it really, but, you know, I only really exist in this world, so it's difficult.
I'm curious what that was.
What, pray tell, were you intending to say, Mr. Blabouche?
Oh, I see it.
Oh, it is the sort of hands in... That's weird. That's very weird. In the chat window, for me, that emote has not appeared. Hey! It's now appeared. It was just incredibly delayed, which is concerning. Especially because we have been dropping a few frames previously as well, but still. Hopefully it's not going to be a mark of something more dire, but yes. That was like a joke, right? I know, it was.
3 good soldiers have died on your account. They may not share your martial prowess, but you...
Ah, what does it matter who is to blame? They were my friends. Are they truly gone? Never to return. Why, goddess?
Why? Cease your wailing, Warwick. There is no goddess here. They will not be coming back.
Actually,
There's a goddess.
There's a goddess in the church. There's a goddess in the church. There's a goddess in the church. There's a goddess in the boom boom church. In the church. In the church. That was Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, if you were wondering what that basic tune was.
Yes. Death is the end. There is naught beyond it but infinite nothingness.
It's a fearful thing indeed. We're suddenly getting hit in the face with the cold, hard realities of war. You weren't expecting this from Dragon Quest, were you? Ooh. Ah, what was that? Who's there?
Came from inside the chapel. Come, let us investigate.
You go. I would not set foot in such a profane place. He don't like churches. He demon boy. In fairness, he is. You can tell by the ears and the eyes. He distinctly demon boy. But we like you anyway, Malroth, because, you're awesome. I'm gonna sit on a pew. Yeah, I'm sitting on a pew. For some reason, I have to take my glasses off as I get on and off the pew. I'm not entirely sure why I have to take my glasses off when I sit on a pew. Because you'd think if I had to take the glasses off to sit on the pew, I'd just end up leaving the glasses off. I wouldn't put them straight back on again.
Sister Esther, is that you? How good to see you safe and well. Oh, thank goodness, General Annether. Honestly, you gave me such a start. The gentleman over there told me to hide in the coffin, and I'm ever so grateful he did. Thanks to his advice, I survived that ghastly battle. Do you mean Malroth? I do. Yes, he was leading a troop of soldiers. Are they safe too? It sounded like a dreadfully fierce fight out there.
I'm afraid they're dead.
Goddess deliver us. How many souls were lost were I carried away in that coffin? What a wretched craven worm I am. They saved my life. It is only right that I do something for them in return.
What would you like done? Maybe this is Windsor. I'm afraid we've burnt our Windsor. We've burnt our Windsor. We've got possibly combo sort of... if only she was a man, we could make so many Father Ted jokes.
I have so many questions, but first I must lay these poor fallen warriors to rest. Would that I had the skills to do so. You say you're a builder. Heavens be praised. We stand in a long forsaken land, and no matter how many prayers we offer for the souls of the fallen, they will never be returned to us, but they can be remembered. There is a graveyard behind the church. Would you be ever so kind as to let me lay these soldiers to rest over there? First, we must prepare coffins to house their mortal remains. I'd be ever so grateful if you could build free and place them in the empty plots.
I have learnt how to build a grave. A coffin, even. A grave is just digging. A snug stone box, sized to fit a single human body. Can be slept in. Can be slept in. Feels oddly inappropriate that we can sleep in them, but fuck it. I'm going to have that door. I'm going to have that door. That door is mine. Everybody get out of the way. That door is my door. I think we only need 3, because obviously only 3 people have died. We could set up a toilet and a bathtub. I don't think we need to in this offshoot place, but, you know, it's an option. It's an option after all. It's an option after all. White chocolate powder. It's an option after all. Another bad joke.
Hey, thank you, Malam. These coffins will do nicely. Next, you must lay your brave fallen soldiers to rest in the coffins.
I'll go and collect the soldiers and solemnly put them in. Gonna carry you. I feel like jumping is oddly inappropriate, but, you know. Bury! Bury the man. I think it was actually a woman, but never mind. Tell you what, let's clear out this snow pile. Because then I can... oh, that's not the snow pile I was looking for. Well, that sucks. But I feel like going slightly lower is more respectful than going up and over. Spoiler alert, it's not. It makes no difference. You just fucked it up. Yes, I did. But if nobody says anything, nobody will know. Bury the soldier. Bury the soldier in that coffin. Bury the soldier in a coffin. Bury the soldier in a coffin. Bury him good. Another burial.
Ah, thank you, Velden. I pray that those poor soldiers can now find the peace that was long denied them.
Oh, goddess, this is too much. This is too much. Please, Warwick, their souls rest easy now. I would bid you do the same. Dash it all, woman. How can you be so careless at a time like this?
Now, Velden, I bid you bury them with earth or snow, that their slumber should remain undisturbed. We can probably do that. I don't know what the easiest and quickest method's going to be.
I think it's probably going to be just smash it all and then put the dirt down. It's always difficult to know the precise method you need to bury a corpse. We pop a little fella there, and we pop a little fella there. We pop a little fella there, and then we pop a couple more here. We'll fill up the gap here. And then we'll pop the final blocks in. And we'll pop that there, and we'll pop in the dirt. And then we've dealt with the 3 buried bodies. Well done, my lamb. Our fallen friends can truly rest in peace now. Ha ha ha. Is there no end to your talents, Veldin? You can even make graves. Ah, but this work is not yet done. I would ask you to build 3 gravestones and place them over each grave, that we might remember their sacrifice always. I've discovered the recipe for gravestones. A simple stone symbol for a soul now at rest. Do. We shall get more stone, and then we shall attend to the solemn task of gravestone building. It's interesting. We're not even in the Gravestone Keeper game yet, and yet we've managed to start tending a graveyard after all. Which was not expected. May you forever rest in peace, dear sweet unnamed soldier. May you too forever rest in peace, once again, unnamed soldier. I'm sure they probably did have names, I just don't know what they were, because I've got better things to do. It is done. Finally, our fallen comrades are at rest. Thank you once again, kind Veldin. If you would all join me in saying a prayer for their departed souls. May the Lord Erdrick and the Goddess be now there at peace. May they sleep soundly forevermore, freed from the brutality of this savage world. Speaking of savages, the monsters who attacked us are undoubtedly the servants of Hogwan's heroes. Also, I think that's a take on Hogan's Heroes. I think that was a TV program, American one. Pretty certain. Might be mistaken. I'll tell you what, I can Google it. Save anybody else googling. Might have been a film, perhaps. I don't know. Let's try and find it. But yeah, Hogan's Heroes. It's immediately there. Is it the one I will recognise? Yes, it is. Yes, it's the one with I see nothing. At least I think it is, if I'm recognising it correctly. I believe I am. Yeah. But I don't know. Might just be a coincidence, but I sort of feel like it's sort of take on that, but still. Now that Moonhan has fallen, they will turn their attentions to the castle. The combined forces of 3 great generals. If they were to launch an all-out assault, Moonbrook would surely fall. Come, everyone. If you're finished with all this sentimental nonsense, let's return to the castle. Sentimental nonsense! What purpose do these monuments serve you, or me, or any other being still breathing? There's no sense behind them. They are nonsense. You monster! Oh, Malroth, whatever has come over you? I thought you were such a kind and gentle young man. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying, nor me. Felon, it's high time we return to the castle. His Majesty must know what happened here. Oh, let me come with you. I don't think I could bear to be left here all alone after everything that's happened. Is it far? It depends. We could go off and try and smite a dragon. Feels like a bad idea with a holy woman in tow, but do you know what? I think we're gonna fucking do it. I think we're gonna go and try and smite a dragon. Try and smite a dragon tonight. I'd like to smite a dragon, smite a dragon, smite a dragon tonight. I also saw a massive bomb that I wouldn't mind having a crack at as well. I also sort of, I don't know. I'm on the verge of needing another soldier's stew, which is quite useful in a way. Because with a soldier's stew, I can do a little poo. And then we'll have plenty of night soil for me and for you indeed. I know I've just bypassed the dragon, but I am looking at this thing here, which is clearly a test of something or other. I think I sort of remember this one. You just have to bounce on the springs. Boink, 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 boingy, boingy. Oh, such a bad time. Boingy, boingy. Shoes all in a line. Boingy, boing. Oops, no, okay. It is quite difficult. Boingy, boingy. Oh, such a good time. Boingy, boingy. There we go. It's like cheat way. Use the old, what's it? And by what's it, I mean hula hoop. No, I don't mean the hula hoop. I mean the, whoops. I lost where I was supposed to be going. Okay, I was supposed to be going out. Whoop, hey, oh, I should have gone for bold, impressive manoeuvres. There we go. That's the one. Hey, up and over. I don't know what this has accomplished, but hopefully something or other. Oh, are you being a cocksucker? I fear you're being a cocksucker. Unless I happen to have one on me, but it's highly unlikely I'd have a brazier just on my person. Ah, there's one. Good. I was going to say, surely they wouldn't leave you hanging there, but they didn't. They left a brazier up above so that you could bring it down and pop it on. Pop on the brazier, pop on the brazier. And then your breasts are going to have plentiful support. I don't know where I was going with that, so I just went into a dictionary definition of the brazier. Of course, my favourite way of describing a brazier. And yes, I do. I have a top 10. No, I don't. But it was the phrasing my mother used to use, which was, she called them the over-shoulder boulder holder, which I found hilarious. I don't know. Has anybody else heard of the phrase over-shoulder boulder holder? I'll say it slower, just so you know precisely what I'm actually saying. Over-shoulder boulder holder. But you can say it beautifully quickly. Over-shoulder boulder holder. Oh, I see. The fucking nun is actually trying to beat the dragon up with her fists. Oh no, she's throwing something at it? I'm not entirely sure what she's doing, but either way, I need to stop getting hit by the fucking bastard. Which is kind of crucial. Oh, hey. No siree. Oh, he's doing a nasty. Everybody knows he's doing a nasty. Everybody knows you're doing a nasty. Doing a nasty. Doing a nasty. Everybody knows you're doing a nasty. Get the fuck out of here. Ah, no, he's done these windy pops again. Nobody wants your windy pops now. Wow. Our priestess sister woman, is doing surprisingly well. I'm going to chow down on a bit more medicinal herb. Everybody run! Now everybody get back in! Everybody run! Get back in! Everybody run! Get back in! Really, ideally, it's a difficult situation because I think you do... No, it looks like you do ever so slightly more damage on the head. I am hoping in the not too distant future we'll get a coup de grace. A coup de grace. Yes, indeed. Oh, up there. Whoop-a-da-ba-da-bee. Whoop-a-whoop-a-da-bee-dee. Whoop-a-whoop-a-da-bee. Whoop-a-doop-a-dee. Victory is all I know. Good. That's all we want, in fairness. Oh, angry dragon. May the goddess protect us. Yes, it would be. Ah, my coup de grace. I'm gonna do a hopefully nice chunk of change to you. Well, we got him in the yellow. I suppose that's not too bad. And everybody knows it's more painful if you get him in the yellow. I might need some more bloody mystical herbs. I'm hoping I've got enough to at least survive this fight, but... you bastard. It is quite difficult. Despite the fact that he's got an obviously large amount of sort of wind up to that attack, it's still surprisingly difficult to get out of the way in time because that tail is alarmingly long. It's the sort of thing where if it was Monster Hunter, I'd definitely be trying to take that tail off of him. And try to... Oh, he's doing big nasty things again. And windy plops. He's doing windy plops, and nobody asked him to do windy plops. Jumping doesn't make any real difference. It just makes me feel better that it might make me go further. Oh, he's doing big slammings. Oh, he's doing windy breath. I'm gonna fire my wind. No, I'm never gonna get away in time. I'm too sort of slap happy. Hey, cook the grace. We need a few more of them and we should be done. Which is, well, actually, ideally we could do with one more of them. No, not the windy breath. The windy breath is awkward. No, not the spinny tail. Spinny tail is damaging. I think I made the right call doing this now. Because the priestess is actually surprisingly competent at fighting this thing. Which I don't know. I mean, it's only 15 damage she's dishing out, but it is damage. I've got to say, I assumed she would just cower in the corner. Which is perhaps unfair and unreasonable. And I'm being a dick for suggesting she would cower in the corner. I really thought I was going to be able to kill it before it did the spin. Which is why I was hanging around, trying to get the kill shot instead of dodging in the correct fashion. Velden and Malroth level increases. D-E-A-D. Dead. Malroth gets stronger and Velden reaches level 27. His maximum HP increase. And I've got an idea. For what, one wonders? More dragon bits? Oh, a Gigantus's club. A colossal cudgel enchanted for extreme destruction. Can only be used by Malroth. Well, we'll have to try and get home. Oh, hello, I've learnt something else. Eureka! Tectonic plate. Armour of the strongest steel, forged in the fires deep down underground. It's the sound of the underground. If you flip it here and down, it's a biddy-biddy-boo-dee-doo. Have you got a biddy-biddy-boo-dee-doo? If you want a biddy-biddy-boo-dee-boo, then come and get a biddy-biddy-boo. But if you don't want a biddy-biddy-boo, then, well, we've frankly got nothing to discuss. Right, it's a rock bomb. It's a rock bomb. I think they're weak to hammers. It's a rock bomb indeed. If you can kill a rock bomb before it kills you, then you can stop it exploding its juices all over you. Yeah, nice. Oh, there's more rock bombs. Rock bomb. Rock bomb. I'm gonna drop the rock bomb, baby. I'm gonna drop that rock bomb all on your face. I'm gonna drop a rock bomb. Drop a rock bomb. Drop a rock bomb. Don't know what drop a rocker is, but it's what I'm doing apparently. 6 inferno calls. Stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. You gotta stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. I've got a hammer that says I can stop the rock. Although I probably couldn't stop Dwayne Johnson. I don't think I'd be able to hammer that man. I reckon if I hammered that man, he'd just go, "Excuse me, you tapped me on the shoulder to gain my attention? What would you like?" World's worst impression of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I suppose actually, I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's the world's worst impression of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Right, we don't really need that. That's a quest I can't do. Any other obvious signs of something secret? No, not really. So I'll tell you what, we'll pop back to Minbrook. Minbrook.com. If you need to say it with a Moonbrook card. If you need to spray it with a Moonbrook card. Velden, my lamb, thank you ever so much for leading me here safely. I was so excited to see Anessa and Warwick again that I never introduced myself properly. I am Esther, and long have I served as a sister of Moonihin. This castle feels somewhat different to my hometown. There's a sort of warmth about the place. Is this the result of all the things you've built? When you told me you're a builder, I thought you might be playing me for a fool.
I've never been so pleased to learn I was wrong. I never fell for the children of Hargon's trickery. I have my dear grandfather to thank for that. He was a wise and insightful man. I believe in the power of creation. I shall become a builder like you, and do everything I can to help the suffering souls of this fair land.
Esther. She joins Veldin's team. She's a holy woman, and she's got goddess on her side. Beneficial. Right, the other thing we want to do is pop up here. Are these actual stairs? Well, they're the beginnings of actual stairs. I suppose arguably, let's do that. Superb. And we've got a quest over there, but we'll deal with that in a moment or two. Those stairs going. And yeah, let's get those stairs going. Well, let's trash that. Fine. We trashed a staircase by accident. I didn't mean to, I promise. I didn't want to dick about with that thing, but it just dicked me over. It dicked me over. It dicked me under. It dicked me sideways. It dicked me lengthways. The only thing I do remember from that weekend was an awfully large Ronnie dick. How much dick did Dick when Dick could dick his dick? And Dick came home with a dicky wicky dick and a dick in a dicky wicky wooder. Right, I think what we have to do here is lift the statues. Okay, no. I think what we have to do here... No, sorry. I've lifted the candle. Oh, maybe... Oh... Maybe it's something to do with the candles then. But I haven't got enough candles. You must build additional candles. I don't think I can, in fairness, so... I suppose maybe it's just pop a candle in front of each of the front-facing ones? Yes! A lot more simple than I thought. I've got to admit, my instinct was I had to turn the statues around to make them all face the same direction. But turns out, no. Not in the slightest bit. You were making it overly complicated. Dick me over! Dick me over! Hey, good evening. I am Dick me over. And I am going to do you some comedy. And I'm going to tell you about my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law is so fat. She once had... She stepped on a speaking weight machine and it said no coach parties. There you go. That was an impression of Dick Me Over, if you remember him from the 60s, of course. Obviously, again, he was around before I was born, but there's anecdotal evidence of Dick Me Over. Dick me over the sunshine, dick me over the lands, dick me over the sun. Maybe don't dick me over the sunshine. Talk to the king.
Vildin, how good to see you back. Safe, sound. What news of Muruhan? I see. All gone, you say. Oh, free my royal guard too. Died as heroes. Good. That's something at least. I shall offer my own prayers for the repose of the souls. You would be so kind as to bury the body of their brave messenger too. Greatly appreciated. It would seem that Hargon's forces are every bit as strong as I feared. But, I have made a solemn oath to restore peace to my kingdom, and I stand by that pledge. So long as we do something and you pushed a button by accident. So, we don't exactly know what the something you're supposed to be doing is, but, no, I'm bloody sure you're very good at it. Okay, that's steel broadswords. That's iron broadswords, so I need iron ingots. So let's get some iron ingots on the fire. Ernie ingots. Ernie ingots. What has Ernie got? I don't know. But he's got something, and you shouldn't be ashamed if Ernie Ingot comes out and presents it to you, 'cause he really does like to show it off. Oh, I'm just carrying a dead body, don't mind me. Don't mind me, I'm carrying a dead man. Don't mind me, I'm gonna bury him. Don't mind me, I'm carrying a dead man. Don't mind me, I'm gonna bury him. Right, so I tell you what, we'll try and put him in the middle here. That's not exactly the right piece of stone, but
I don't care enough to worry about it. Whoa! They have been dishing out hearts in the war room. They've been discussing lots of things about how to win the war. Even though technically they don't want to win the war, they've still been discussing how easy it would be to lose the war. So let's get some wheat, all of the wheat, and all of the potatoes. I wonder what would happen if I put wheat and potatoes in my pot. Actually, we're going to do wheat and meat first then, because... Hey, wheat and meat is something. We don't know what. It might be a pie. Feels like it could be a pie. I'm looking forward to a pie. I want that pie. If it's not a pie, I'm going to be very disappointed when it reveals itself not to be a pie. Coffin, please. Coffin me. Coffin me. Coffin me tonight. Yo. Coffin me. Oh, coffin me. Would you please get me a coffin? And then I need you to lie on the coffin with me. That is a goth stream. Dude! You're sleeping near the... Oh, right, that's not a man sleeping. That's the dead man that I'm supposed to be burying. And we'll do so in a moment or two. Whoops. We might have accused him of being alive. Here, there we go, good. And now we can jump out of there. And now we can put the little man in the burial suggestion. Okay, so I'm trying to come up with a saying I could make the name of the other half of the comedy double act over and under. But I'm drawing a blank. With a saying I could make the name of the other half of the comedy double act over and under. I see. I'm assuming what you're trying to do is Chip and Pin, the Mitchell sketch. Am I understanding that correctly? Nice. Well, we buried the man. I didn't necessarily need to bury the man. It was a soft request, not a necessity request, but still. Okay. Well, that's not 100% what I expected, but I think it's a dumpling. Yeah, it's a slime bun. It's a sort of Japanese dumpling, isn't it? Do, where is my slime bun? I've slimed in my buns. A steamed dumpling of minced meat moulded into the shape of a slime. It's quite cool, isn't it? It's nice. I'm assuming Chip and Pin is a riff on things like Cannon and Ball. Are you? I mean, I assume that's where it comes from, originally, but I'm talking about the David Mitchell, the Mitchell and Webb sketch. Oh, that's a pizza, of course, we already know. Well, no, that's not. Well, okay. It is a pizza. Or is it? No, I think it's a stir-fry. I don't think it's the pizza after all. But it turns out we have done meat and wheat before. But Chip and Pin was a sketch from Mitchell and Webb. Oh, okay, you've never seen Mitchell and Webb look. Blimey. I am slightly surprised. And I would highly recommend it. But nonetheless, yes, Chip and Pin. Chip and Pin was a sketch from Mitchell and Webb where they did a sort of thing where it was... So, Chip and Pin... Well, okay, so there was two double acts. Fish and Cushion... No, sorry, that's the wrong one. Hang on. I've got it all muddled. I've got it all muddled in my brain. I don't know how to go anymore. Right. So you had... Pin and Cushion were one duo. Fish and Chips... No. Yes? Yes, Fish and Chip was the other one. And this was when Chip and Pin, the credit card system, was just dawning in the real world. So they did a sketch where it was dawning in their sketch as well. And so they decided, Chip from Fish and Chip and Pin from Pin and Cushion decided that they'd get together because, of course, they would become the face of Chip and Pin. So they could become Chip and Pin, the double act. But it ended up backfiring on them, and they didn't end up being the face of Chip and Pin because the face of Chip and Pin was Fish and Cushion. because the two leftover guys, Fish from Fish and Chip and Cushion from Pin and Cushion, decided to get together, and then it turned out they were better, and so yeah, everybody loved Fish and Cushion. And then I think the end of the sketch was, as Mitchell and Webb often ended up doing, it got slightly dark, because I think they ended up going, we'll give it 5 years and then we'll buy a gun. So, slightly dark ending, but nonetheless, highly entertaining. And we can get the tectonic plate, which I think, yeah, better than the full plate armour, so let's get ourselves a tectonic plate. Sweet! Sweet armour. Is there anything else spectacular? Spectacular Spider-Man. But yes, you're trying to get a name like that. I don't know. I think that is possibly beyond my capacity, potentially. But let's firstly get you your club, sir. Get your big club. Get your big club, boy. Get your big club. Get your big club, boy. Armour of the strongest steel. Oh, we already know what that says. I'd forgotten I'd read it previously. It's fine. But it's quite nice. Certainly not a bad one. With the red trim and the... coming to the ring in the red trim. Yeah, I suppose over and out would have been okay for over. But the only thing like down and under, I don't think that would work. It's a bit of a stretch. It technically works, but it's a bit of a stretch. But still, perfect weather for the swim shorts. I don't think I've got the swim shorts available at the moment. I think they're in my wardrobe somewhere, but they're not actually available right this very moment. So I could possibly try and pop... let's put the dragon armour away, for starters, and get the dragon meat out. Because I know the dragon meat does become something... you could do down and under. You could. As I say, it's still the sort of slight stretch of... plausibility, but it does sort of work. I don't know if you can put... Oh, yeah, well, never mind. We're getting a superior steak now, because I fucked it up. Oh, well, let's go see the king. Howdy doody, Mr. Kingy. How you doing, dude? You doing alright, dude? Oh, yes, we were also going to do those swords, but we haven't done it yet. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. But we aren't going to get anything better, crucially. That's true. That is true. Or fair, rather. It's not necessarily true. We might be able to figure something out, but... I think I needed 6, didn't I? I don't know for certain. I suppose there's an argument to say we're soon going to find out. Hey, there we go. It's actually on the map, which is quite useful. I need to get out of this room in order to get access to my Mappingtons. Mappingtons. Get me... Can I actually warp straight to you? No. I didn't think I could. I just wanted to double check since it is an icon on the map. And sometimes when it's icons on the map, you do get the benefit of being able to warp straight there. But unfortunately, no. No, you can't do that. Whee! And plop. I've just weed and plopped all over her head. Seems unfair and unreasonable.
You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. Well, aren't you a dear? 5 beautiful sharp iron broadswords. I have 10 nuggets of gold to offer in exchange. What do you say? I will hand over broadswords. Lovely, lovely boy, lovely boy, lovely boy. I am a woman of my word. Here's the gold I promised you. I am always on the lookout for bigger and better weapons. Perhaps we'll be able to help each other out again.
It is her again.
You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. Well, if it isn't my favourite little toy soldier. I don't know why I put a toy in there. I just assumed toy soldier after the word soldier. How are you enjoying the war today? I'm still out there searching for weapons. There's plenty that's still usable, but nothing that's quite what I'm looking for. What I'd really like is a set of 5 steel broadswords. In exchange, I offer you an Yggdrasil leaf. What do you say to that?
I say I'm going home to get 5 broadswords. Well, hopefully. I cannot guarantee I have the equipment for 5 broadswords, but I'm going to have a damn good go. And my dragon steak is ready. The dragon steak is spectacular, as it says there, but it's not exactly what I'd intended to test. Okay. I can do meat, potato, and wheat. Interesting. And that is brand new. Okay, we're going to have a crack at that, see what it makes. And now let's see, can we get 5 broadswords? No, we can't. And unfortunately, the furnace is building bloody ingots of iron. I could just build a new one, which is sort of what I'm doing, obviously. You've decided this. You've made this decision, haven't you? You've already decided where you're going to put it. You've already decided everything. So why was it? Why was there any consternation about what you were doing? You've clearly decided you're building a second furnace. And here it is. Oh, actually, that's a perfect gap. I genuinely didn't know it was going to be a perfect gap. I thought it was 3x3. Steel ingots. Well, I think we're going to need just all of the steel ingots, as many as we can put in there. Which will be useful for leftover things elsewhere as well. So let's go find out. Oh, we're not quite there yet, but so close that we might as well just wait here and see what happens. Oh, we got ourselves a burger! A boiger! Oh, boiger! I got myself a boiger! A better burger, though. Not just a regular burger. A better burger. A superior cut of steak sandwiched between 2 bits of bread. Superb. Well, I suppose what we'll try and do is, yeah, that and wheat. That will probably make a superior bun? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and assume that's going to make me a superior bun. And if there's ever anything I like in life, it's to have superior buns. My buns are supreme, my buns are spectacular. You will never believe the sight of my buns. They are the best thing you will have ever seen. They are supreme and superior. Steel ingots is total the name of the henchman in the 80s. Totally name of a henchman in an 80s action movie who never actually had his full name said during the movie. Probably a Bond film, I suspect. One of the sort of 80s Bond films. I suppose technically that is, you know, that is basically me agreeing with you because Bond films were action films. So... I wanted more medicinal herbs, which probably explains why I ended up doing that song. So it looks exactly the same, but I think it is, yeah, it's classified as superior slime bun, a plump dumpling, a plumpling of minced meat moulded into the shape of a slime. Yeah, the slime of the slimer. You just hear the main villain shout, "Get him, Steel!" which leads to the big fight scene in the second act. And then you watch the credits and it's revealed that his full name was Steel Ingots, played by probably some really sort of stupid name as well, is what I'm thinking. Steel Ingots, played by himself. He really was called Steel Ingots. Or possibly in real life he's Steely Ingots, and they just decided to call him Steel in the film because it sounded better. I still can't actually build floor, can I? Like that sort of proper... I can build sort of a castle carpet type thing, can't I? Castle tile, but I can't build the sort of the black granite floor, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. A bit of a shame. Well, I suppose there you go. Steel Ingots, played by Lance Wood. There you go. That's the one. Lance Wood. I suppose that should be something very silly, and he's just called Lance Boyles. That's more a career choice than a name. Hello, I'm Lance Boyles, and what do? I Lance Boyles. Sorry, Kingy, I sat on your throne. I don't care that much, mate. I didn't actually mean to do that. What am I trying to do? Broadswords. Damn it! I've got 4 broadswords. I need more. More broadswords. Oh, actually, sorry. No, I do have 4 in total. Because is that... No. Oh, it's because I've got 1 equipped, so that doesn't technically count. I'm slightly curious, because the nun was doing surprisingly well, so I just wonder if we can find our nun friend. There we go. We have nun friends. No, she's not interested in a sword. I just wondered, since she seemed semi-competent in battle, if she would prefer a sword, but she didn't want a sword. She didn't want to bring the violence like that. So I actually do still need one more. Cock and balls. Do you have your cock and balls on display? No, not tonight. Oft I do, but not tonight. I have them safely secured in my trousers. Just gonna do laps. I suppose we might as well talk to the king. No, actually, I don't want to talk to the king because he's got a brand new quest. We've got a brand new quest for you, and I'll give you the key. I just really want to deal with the broadsword situation. Get that out of the way, which means basically just waiting around for the broadswords to, well, the ingots. I need the ingots to get them done so I can stick them on my butt. No. You a bad man. You a bad man. You a bad man. You a very bad man. Yes, you are the baddest of all the bad men. Why must you be such a bastard? Nobody knows why you're such a bastard, but you definitely are quite such a bastard. Don't stick things up your butt. Never stick a thing up your butt. But if you do have to stick a thing up your butt, then consider sticking this thing up your butt. Would you like a butt? If you take a butt, then you'll never butt in a butt sort of butt. Where butt. Old butt had a butt. E-I-E-I-O. And in his butt he butted a butt. E-I-E-I-O. Oh, with a butt here and a butt there. Here a butt, there a butt, everywhere a butt. Old butt had a butt. E-I-E-I butt. Well, one moment of madness later. That's how someone in my friend group gave himself hemorrhoids. Was it old McButt? Is he the one who gave himself hemorrhoids with that? I'm just playing with the castle walls and getting this slightly sorted. Yep. So I feel like it's worthwhile. So I feel like stairs. Whoops, didn't want that piece of floor there. It's fine. I feel like the stairs would fit better there, perhaps. Yeah, they sort of nestle in a little bit more there. No, although I wish I could change his name to that in the group chat. Old McButt had a butt. E-I-butt-E. E had a butt. That's a nuisance. Is that because that's a different tile? No, it's not a different tile. Oh, well. It's at least symmetrical. It's not good, but it's symmetrical. And sometimes if you can't have good, just have symmetrical. Cocksuckers. I don't think that one. Oh no, there we go, it did work. There we go. Again, if you can't have it good, have it symmetrical. If you cannot have it good, at least have it symmetrical. If you cannot have it good, then at least have it symmetrical. Whoops, I didn't mean to sleep, cock. I didn't mean to sleep on my cock. I woke up this morning and it was bent off to one side. It was very awkward and I didn't mean to do it. I suppose just trash the beds and rebuild them somewhere else, I suppose. I was going to just sort of move them gently. Row your boat gently down the stream. H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O pi. I mean, even by your standards, that was weird. Yeah, I would say so. I'm slightly tempted to demolish that throne, but I don't think I've got the new throne available at the moment, do I? Eventually, you do get a new throne available. I suppose I could replace it with a toilet. Yes, a shower is not quite as good as a toilet, is it? So let's put another toilet in. But I'm not going to. Even if you ask me to, I'm not going to put a toilet in place of the throne. He's not going to have a wooden throne in place of his big regal throne. The porcelain throne traditionally, but these are wood toilets, which means you are probably going to get splinters. But I suppose, I don't know, sometimes you just got to take that chance, and you gotta take a chance. I think we definitely want some braziers. And then the crucial thing is we actually wanted the steel broadsword.
Steel broadsword! I'm a member of Steel Broadsword!
Kind of want to get rid of that sand as well, really. But a toilet is better than a throne, so you'd better put a toilet in here. That's the one. Right, so I think that one and that one's going to work. This one, however, annoyingly, is not going to work, which means it might be beneficial to trash this one and then replace it, and then again, not good, but symmetrical, which is sufficient for my poor price. Right, what we'll do is we'll get that brazier that we grabbed moments ago out and place it. I'm thinking there and there would be pleasant enough, although having said that, there is a degree of they might just tell me I have to do it their way at some point in the not too distant future. So all of that might have been entirely pointless, but we'll live with that if that is the case, and hope for the best that it's not. But we shall have to wait and see. A flying monkey. He's coming to try to kill me. A crafty crofter. I don't know. Crofter. He looks to be a farmer. But I don't know. I'm assuming a crofter is some kind of farmer. But I don't recognise the word.
You ought to be glad it wasn't his ginger quill. Well, bless your soul. You went and found 5 broadswords for me. They are for me, aren't they? There's an Yggdrasil in it if they are for me. You go, young man. An Yggdrasil as promised. I think this should be more than enough for now. Thank you ever so much for all your help. What's that? What am I collecting all these weapons for, you ask? You call me a warrior what? But I just can't sleep at night without an arsenal of deadly weapons close at hand. And now that I've completed my collection, I can finally get 40 winks.
You go to sleep, old one. Sleep and dream. So I'm not entirely sure whether you were supposed to build them yourself or whether you were supposed to collect them around here, but let's be honest. Building them myself was way quicker than fucking around searching everywhere. I don't know how much truth there is in that, but it feels like it was quicker, and that's good enough for me. Right, I think I probably want to just use that immediately, right? Because it's a thing. Oh no, it revives me. Okay, that's not. Yeah, it's not too bad. Wasn't necessarily worth the effort I put in, but it's not the worst of things to have come up. Let's stick something in the kitchen just to basically. What were the slime buns doing for me? 35% and a boost to my health, so a boost to my strength. So pretty much the same as the soldier stew. Although the soldier stew does replenish fullness by 60%, so that might be worthwhile. We'll get that. I think we need to remove that because yeah, soldier stew was water, meat, and potatoes, wasn't it? Whoops. Oh, there we go. Oh, it doesn't matter which way round. It's just I thought I'd actually said yes to the potato, and it turns out I said no to the potato. I don't want the Centaurans here, so I said no to the potato people. I'll tell you what, let's eat that soldier stew now. It'll take care of my hunger meter. It's not like the game will drain your hunger meter while I'm away. Anyway, let's save it. Potatoes. Boil and mash them, stick them in a stew. I think there was a sort of sign in one of in a Discord somewhere that was they put that up as a thing above their sort of potato display. And by potato display, I mean it was a shop selling potatoes, not just a random someone going, I'm very proud of my potatoes, so I put them on display. But yeah, I'm fairly certain someone had used that little sort of thingy-me-boob, and done something with it, so that's nice. But it's obviously, you know, everybody knows that fucking thing now. Even if you've never seen Lord of the Rings, I suspect you know that sentence. because it is basically everywhere. Right, now, Pretzel, are you going to do something silly and annoying? You've got to head off now? That is a shame, but sleep is necessary. I was confused as to whether I was going to say sleep is a necessity or sleep is necessary, so it sort of came out peculiar, as is often to be expected. But yes, enjoy your sleeping, and I do hope my gravekeeping goes well as well. And yes, for those wondering, it is going to be the break, and we'll come back for gravekeeping in 5 or so minutes. Or Pretzel's going to be a prick. I was literally just about to push the play button, and the motherfucker. And of course, if you don't have to use them, but when leaving, you have the option of cheery up as an emote. I don't know if you were aware of this or unaware of this, but they are now available. There is in fact 2 variants, but I think the second one, that one's probably going to go because it is slightly smaller and slightly more awkward. Although bigly on the screen, it's not too bad, but little in the chat, it's a little bit too much detail. Anyway, let's go for a break and come back strong with some graveyard keeping. I'll be back in 5.